Hey guys, I just wanted to show you what I got on Black Friday. This is an order from Youngnails. Don't mind my desk, I had a whole bunch of stuff. Uh, I also had a couple of other hauls that I didn't post on here because they were kind of PC, um, including one from iJail where I bought two practice hands, a few things from Amazon, like a new drill. So, and that's what you see on the table because the one I use at the salon broke. It died on me while I was doing a set of acrylic, so I had to hand file. So the first thing we have here that I bought is a 32-ounce bottle of their monomer. It was a pretty good deal. I am very cautious about what I spend my money on when it comes to nail products, just because, like I said before in other videos, I didn't want to pass on those costs to my clients. So I like to buy my stuff when it's on sale. And then this is the 660 grams of clear speed. I like their clear speed powder. I don't like the core. It's too slow in my opinion, but to each his own. I bought two of their acrylic brushes that typically comes with the little kits that you buy. Um, that includes the brush, the monomer, the 5 jars of 45 grams of acrylic, because I've been using that brush and I like it. I bought a detailer brush and a striper brush. I think this is the detailer brush, micro detailer. Yep. I love to do nail art. I just don't do it as much because it's a lot of time consuming. And there's the other um, acrylic brush. What I thought was weird though is how the ones they sell individually are 8s, but the ones that come in the kit are supposed to be 9s. And this is the striper brush. I did not buy this brush. This was a gift. On Black Friday, I found out that they were gifting things. Didn't know that. So I ended up with a 12. This is also a gift. It's regular polish and a top coat. The crazy thing about it is my favorite color is blue. And the blue that came in this set, this is the green. I like it too, but of course I care more about the blue. This blue was spectacular. I don't know if they make it in a gel, but they should. I probably would have bought it. And this is the top coat. I actually like the top coat. It's kind of like the Mylar or Ether Flakes, whichever one you use. Mylar and Ether Flakes are different though. The Mylar is a paper. The Ether Flakes are kind of like the chrome that everybody's using. I think V Beauty Pure just came out with some, but Ether Flakes have been around for a while. People just change the name, Chrome Flakes, Ether Flakes, whatever. So those are the, this is one of two orders. And this is the first order with the brushes, the speed powder, and the first bottle of monomer. Then the free gifts, which were the 3 polishes and Greg's signature brush. I normally don't like talking in my videos. This is the second order because I'm very introverted. I'm extroverted when I have to work. However, when I'm doing my videos, I've come to realize that a lot of the songs that were free on the app I used to upload are now being copyrighted. So I'm having an issue with putting music behind them. So you guys may hear me talking more. Um, this is the second bottle of monomer. I do like to look at the expiration dates, which are like the little cans on the back of the bottles that say 12, 24, 36. What I didn't know is that their monomer expiration per se is 12 months. And this is the big bottle of protein bond, the 15 ml one. Um, and now I'm comparing it to the regular size. But what I noticed is that a lot of the other monomers I use have longer expiration dates. And this is one of the powders I bought. This is the speed bubble gum. I'm not sure where the other one was. I'm going to cross too fast. um, this is cover base. I am a little disappointed though with the fact that the monomer is only good for, supposedly only good for 12 months. I'm going to need Youngnails to work on that. Cover rosebud. I needed some cover acrylics. Cover cherry blossom, because I'm trying to stick with one company, although my favorite, which happens to be AI, American International Industries, which makes IBD, Super Nails, Easy Flow, China Glaze, Nail Tech. I think they are typically who I get my acrylic and monomer from because they have pretty decent deals on them for the most part. They just do not offer color acrylics that are of the quality that I would prefer. So this is now the second order being added with the first order. It's the 5 cover acrylics, the 2 bottles of monomer, the 15 ml protein bond, the 3 polishes that were gifts, the speed clear, and the brushes. I think the total for the 2 orders was like somewhere around 260. So this is just me showing you guys close up. I had taken the starch or glue, whatever you want to call it, out of one of the brushes, and the cleaner ended up fogging up the plastic. So that's the 2 orders. Now we're getting into the swatching with Greg's brush. I know you guys have seen these colors so many times, it's unbelievable, but I had to break in a new brush. That, of course, was a gift. And test out these colors. That's one thing I hate about the brushes is having to get the starch or glue, whichever one it is, out of the brush. It takes forever. And I'm purposefully doing this in front of the camera so you guys can see just how much of this stuff comes off. Even after it coming off, it's still tons left. I wish it was, maybe we should just soak it in acetone and it'll dissolve. That would make my day. But that's not how they tell you to break in your brush. And sometimes I feel like if you use monomer, it gets it doesn't get it out. So when you go to work with the brush, you get acrylic stuck in it. And nobody wants acrylic stuck in their brush. But one of the long-time standing acrylic techs, Tammy Taylor, says that you should have 3 prepared brushes when you're doing a set anyway, just in case. I was like, I need Tammy Taylor money to have 3 brushes. These brushes are expensive. I know people probably gonna be like, she's ruining the brush. I don't really like to put my brushes in monomer until I feel comfortable that most of the substance is out of it. You never want to ruin a brush because you think you got most of the bonding agent out of it. And you dip it in monomer, go to use it with your acrylic, and then you've ruined it. Anyway, that's just Youngnails monomer. And you see me dipping it in the dabbing dish. And a lot of you may wonder why I use a small dabbing dish versus the large ones like the other techs do. I do not like to waste product, first and foremost. A lot of products can contaminate your monomer. I don't reuse monomer on any client. Every client gets new monomer. What I will do though is pour monomer into another container to use for practice hands. So if there's leftover monomer, I'll pour that into another container and use it to practice with. However, that never goes on my clients. Each client gets fresh monomer. Um, this acrylic was a little spilled in the clear plastic wrapping. It's the Speed Bubblegum. I have a color um, that I made that's, I think is similar. And again, if you haven't watched me swatch anything, um, I like to swatch all my acrylics on top of the stick because that is how you apply it to your client. You do not apply it underneath. So I want to know how it works on top. That bead was too dry. So this is, you're just watching me figure out which amount of monomer I need to work with this particular acrylic. So back to what my favorite acrylic is happens to be the Super Nails Clear used with the Easy Flow monomer. Now, a lot of people will tell you you don't use interchange acrylics and monomers. I do my research. I compare a company's monomer to each other along with their powders to see if they're closely related, if they're not, if I need to be worried about whether or not it's going to create a good enough bond for my clients. So I do the research before I mix products. No one wants a client coming back saying, I broke a nail, although I do offer a 7-day guarantee. After 7 days, I don't know what you did to your hand. So I cannot guarantee any longer than that. And for some odd reason, I built these swatch sticks up thick like I was building actual apex on a client. I have no clue why. I guess I was just enjoying playing at the moment. So at this point, I'm like, this brush is okay. I like this brush. It's all right. Excuse me. This is the Cover Flamingo. And if you couldn't tell, my second favorite product, when it's affordable, obviously, would be the Youngnails. And when I say affordable, I mean Black Friday sale affordable. Everybody's complaining about the cost of nails. I try to keep my costs the same so that if this is something you want to be able to do regularly, you can work it into your budget. The only time I ever change the price, typically for clients, is if we have to do a soak off. Because yes, baby, I have to charge for that. Them soak offs be oof. And most of my clients typically come from um, the Asian nail salons. And as of this point, most of them have MMA on. Not saying that all of them use MMA, but where I am, most of them are. That's pretty much how they keep their prices down. And don't get me wrong, I'm not hating. I understand you want to be able to make your money, not lose out on profit. But I think charging what private nail techs charge when you're in a salon that's using an inferior product, a product that isn't supposed to be used in our state, nope. I think that is wrong. Absolutely wrong. And it's crazy how because I do foreign fills, I do foreign soak offs, I do foreign fills, I do toes. I'm not one of those nail techs that will not do toes, won't do foreign fills, won't do soak offs. Now, when I do a foreign fill, I do not guarantee it the same length of time because I don't know what the product is that I'm filling over top of. But um, I do. I do not turn away a client because it's easy to make a new client become a regular client, especially if you are informative, if you have quality work, and if they feel comfortable or like they can trust you. This is the cherry blossom. And I try to make all my clients feel comfortable and trustworthy. Now, my issue is I am a perfectionist, so time is always an issue for me. Um, Most of my sets are 2 hours because I really try to get perfect shape, perfect application, perfect everything. And if you go through YouTube, you'll hear people say, don't worry about the application, just get it on there. You can file it down. Then you hear people say, that's not true. Excuse me, perfect the application, then you don't have to worry about filing it down. My take on that is do what is most comfortable for you because trying to adhere by everyone's standards just causes more chaos mentally, and it will make you feel like you're not being successful or that you won't be able to succeed. And that is never a good feeling for anybody. So if putting it on any kind of way and then filing it down into shape is what works for you, do that. If perfecting application, doing less filing is what works for you, do that. Only thing I recommend is that you be upfront with your clients about time wise. And if you take longer than you like, I'd overestimate just because it's easier for them to understand we got done quicker than we thought versus it took longer than we thought. And everybody's time is important. And then you have so many people out here talking about, oh, I don't know how y'all could do sit in a chair to get nails done for 2 hours. Well, it depends on the quality. And this is Cover Rosebud. Is the quality worth it? What kind of products are we using? Do you perform a service that I don't get? Are you offering me something that I can't get at the salon without being charged more money? What does your art look like? Can you do art? What are your qualifications as far as are you offering a service that I want? Are you an acrylic tech? Are you a gel tech? Are you a gel X tech? Are you a polygel tech? Are you a nail artist versus a nail tech? And that's a big old debate and conversation. Can you be both? Yes. Can you be one or the other? Yes. That's just up to you. And for those who don't understand what the difference is, nail artists like to focus more on the artwork versus um, the actual medium that they're using, which is why a lot of people have crossed over that like the art part to Gel-X versus a nail tech. They love the art of the medium, applying it, watching it come to the great shape, watching it be polished, and keeping its shape. And most nail techs like to work with all kinds of mediums. Most. There are nail techs that only like certain mediums. I like to think of myself as somewhere in the middle. I like the application. I love the application of acrylic, of gel, even polygel. Gel X, which I don't use the actual Gel X, which is why you'll see some of my videos, or most of my videos called Gel X Method, because Gel X is a trademark name by Apres, and baby, their products are expensive. So that is not what I'm willing to do because then I would have to increase the price for my customers. And I'm all about providing a luxury service at a reasonable price. Not too expensive, not too cheap. And this is Cover Bear. But I like the application process. I like watching it be filed and come into shape. I like, after you've shaped it greatly, watching the artwork go down that transforms it into this amazing set that people walk out and love and are happy with. Because I always think about nails as accessories. They're just like jewelry. Put any color, any design on them that you want. They are an accessory. I haven't filmed any polygel videos because I typically only have one client that gets polygel on her toes, and I typically I don't have a good place to shoot or put up my phone to record a video of me doing toes. So the only polygel you'll see is me probably doing it on the practice hand. The only medium or type of nails that I don't do is dip, because it is acrylic glued to your nail. And I'm not a fan of that. I want you to have healthy nails underneath so that we can transition you. That is my goal if you are a nail girly. Let's transition you to overlay, and those nails are yours. So you be proud of the growth to where you no longer have to have extensions. They're yours. We overlay them, and you can be proud of that. Not saying that getting extensions is an issue, but I think a lot of the girlies out here are like, natural nails under extensions is ugly. I disagree. If you're not teaching your client how to keep them clean, maybe, and then cutting a set off to start a new set, no, you're not doing that unless that's what the client wants. People are having difficulty. This is me swatching the regular polish. People are having difficulty and they want to cut the nails off because doing a fill is a whole lot harder than doing a full set. It absolutely is, because as the nail grows out, the width slides down and you have to taper and tailor that back in, which I'm not gonna lie, I have difficulty with at times too. A video that I'll post, it's a pink winter set. I struggled with it on that set. Um, just because clients are able to go longer now with their sets than they normally would, which is the 2 weeks, which is why nails are costing so much more. Because if you do come back in 2 weeks, I just have to fill in the back end and touch up the very ends of your nails to refine the shape. So it's a real quick fix. It's not rebalancing the nail like it is after 4 weeks, which requires tapering that shape back in from where it has grown out and become wider toward the free edge. And this is the top coat. But instead of people being honest and just saying, I feel it's hard and it's hard for me and I don't like to do them because I can't get it to my standards, they'll just say, no, I like to do new sets. We cut them off and start over. Well, not everybody can afford a new set when you come in. Is a new set, if we're cutting off and starting over every single time. So I swatched this on 2 sticks, black and clear, just so see what it looked like. If you're coming in every single time and I have to cut off and start over, so let's think about that. So I'm cutting them down, and then I have to soak you off, whatever their soak off price, which can range from $10 to $25. We're gonna go the higher end because everybody is in the business to make money. So there you go. It's $25 off that. Then the girlies charge for length, which I do too. So let's say you're long, you're probably at about $65 there. So now we're already at $90. That's a lot of money already. I don't even have a design. So when you get to the design portion, it's like, are we doing bling? Are we doing hand painted art? Are we doing Frenchies? Are we doing this? And not saying that anyone shouldn't be charging for that, because charge what you want, charge what you're worth. But then it gets out of control. And people are like, why is it so much? I'd rather just do a feel with the base price that it will always be, unless we soak off or add some crazy artwork or ton of gems. It's typically the only time that the price changes. The soak off, crazy artwork, ton of gems. If we're doing fails, if we're doing a brand new set, then the price can be lower. What I mean is that your original price when you come back for your fill will be different. Anyway, this is all of the stuff that I bought. I'm showing you. I did some crazy camera tricks. Thanks for watching.